Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, I have a truly terrifying story for you. Get ready to feel chills down your spine as we delve into a nightmare that blurs the line between reality and horror. Remember to like this video and subscribe for more spine-chilling tales. The town of Harrow Hill was nestled deep in the Maine woods, far enough from civilization to foster its own secrets. A peculiar quiet hung in the air, broken only by the rustling of leaves and the distant call of crows. Most of the townsfolk had long learned to ignore the hushed whispers about the old mansion on the hill, but some legends refused to die. Sarah Mitchell was a blogger, not a believer in old wives' tales. When she heard about the abandoned mansion with a history of unexplained disappearances, she knew it was the story that could make her YouTubing career go through the roof. She arrived in Harrow Hill just as the sun began to set, painting the sky in fiery hues.
The mansion stood at the edge of town, its windows like dark, accusing eyes. Ivy clung to its walls, and the iron gate creaked ominously as Sarah pushed it open. She glanced back at the town. The lights were flickering on, one by one, like stars emerging in the twilight. Gathering her resolve, she walked up the overgrown path and stepped inside. The air inside was cold, heavy with the scent of decay and dust. Her flashlight cut through the gloom, revealing cobwebs and forgotten furniture. She set up her camera and began to explore. Each creak of the floorboard seemed to echo unnaturally, as if the house were alive, listening. There were unnatural brown stains on the floor. Mold or blood, she whispered to herself. In the library, she found a collection of old books, their leather covers cracked and worn. One, in particular, caught her eye. The Echoes of Harrow Hill. It was a journal, filled with meticulous handwriting that became increasingly erratic. The entry spoke of voices, strange dreams, and shadows that moved on their own. Sarah felt a chill crawl up her spine as she read the final entry. The house knows. It waits. I fear it is too late for me, but if you are reading this, leave now. Do not listen to the voices. The pen trailed off from there. Suddenly, the sound of a child's wails echoed through the halls, a ghostly, disembodied noise that made her heart pound. She spun around, her flashlight beam shaking. "Hello?" she called, her voice wavering. There was no answer, only silence. Determined to get more viewers, Sarah followed the sound. It led her deeper into the mansion, down a narrow staircase to the basement. The air grew colder, the darkness thicker. Her flashlight flickered, and for a moment she saw a shadow dart across the room. In the corner of the basement, she found an old radio. It was odd, out of place. She approached it cautiously and noticed the dial already pointed to a station. Her fingers hesitated over the power button, but curiosity won out. As the record began to spin, a haunting melody filled the room, accompanied by the same eerie sobbing. Suddenly, the basement door slammed shut. Panic surged through Sarah as she ran to it, but it wouldn't budge. The sobbing grew louder, turning to screams. She banged on the door, screaming for help, but her cries were swallowed by the oppressive darkness. Then, the voices began, whispering, murmuring her name, telling her secrets she had never shared with anyone. Her fear turned to terror as she realized the voices.